slippers, and we're gonna make some yummy food. Hey y'all, and welcome back to Cooking Champagne. So today we are gonna be celebrating Turkey Day, but we're gonna be putting a brunch spin on some Thanksgiving Day classics. I thought it'd be a fun way to kind of take the traditional side dishes and flavors that you get typically on a Turkey Day table, but adding a brunch spin, because who doesn't love an excuse to start drinking at 8 o'clock in the morning? So this is also a really great way to kind of utilize a lot of leftovers, because leftovers after like 2 or 3 days of reheating them, it can kind of get a little old, a little boring, and a little sick of it. So first things first, we're gonna be cooking is a Thanksgiving Day frittata. Now what makes this more like a Turkey Day style frittata is that we're gonna incorporate roasted vegetables, which is a typical side dish that we have at our Thanksgiving dinner. And then we're also gonna use some turkey sausage as like a play on the traditional protein of Thanksgiving being turkey. Now, if you were making this with leftovers, you can use leftover turkey, you can use leftover ham, whatever leftover roasted veggies you may have from your Thanksgiving dinner. There really is no wrong ingredient to add in here. So first things first, sweet potato. This is like the essential Thanksgiving fall time vegetable. And I just have half of a sweet potato that I peeled and just chopped up into these little cubes. So we're gonna add those on. And then just because I had some bell pepper and I love bell pepper with my eggs, I just have a green bell pepper here, butternut squash here. You can leave this out or you can use whatever kind of squash you have. You don't have to roast these. You could cook them in the skillet that you would put the frittata together in. But I just really like the flavor that the vegetables get when they're roasted. So we're gonna start with just some olive oil. Just gonna go in with, I think this is like the herb of fall, and it's sage. And I really love sage. It's that really kind of distinct flavor that you get in like breakfast sausage. And then of course, some coarse black pepper and some salt, and that's it. And then we're just gonna toss these into a 400-degree oven for about like 20 minutes, and about halfway through we'll go in, we'll stir them around, kind of flip everything over so it cooks evenly, and finish it off. Now we're gonna get started on the rest of our frittata while those cool. So I have in here just some extra virgin olive oil and some butter, and we're gonna go ahead and add in some bacon. I just love adding bacon just because it's eggs, and eggs need bacon. It's just a rule written somewhere. As a play on like turkey being like the main protein for Thanksgiving, we're gonna add in some turkey sauce. Actually some apple and maple infused turkey sausage, which I thought just screamed like fall and Thanksgiving, and I thought it would work really well in the frittata. So that's what we're gonna use. We're gonna add this in and just brown this up with our bacon. Add in some chopped red onion. You could use regular like yellow white onion, but I just really like red onion for this. And I love the color of like the red purple hues of this with the orange and the greens. Again, it's all about the color. It's all about just really making it feel like Thanksgiving and fall. And then I also have 3 on the smaller side garlic cloves that we're just gonna add in. Also, a staple vegetable, at least at our Thanksgiving, is Brussels sprouts. Usually I have these roasted, but for this, I didn't want to have like larger pieces of Brussels sprouts, because in a frittata or anything really, like when you go to slice into it and you have like a big bulky piece of something, it kind of just falls out. And I wanted the Brussels sprouts to be more incorporated. So what I did was I just kind of sliced a few of them a little on the thinner side, and I'm just gonna add them in and saute them down and get them nice and crispy in the pan. And then of course, just because we want tons of flavor, we're gonna season every layer. We season the roasted vegetables. We're gonna season these veggies with just some salt, some pepper, nice coarse black pepper. And then for a little heat, some slappy mama, just because I can't really cook anything without adding slappy mama. It's a problem. Not that that this needs to be made any more decadent than it already is, but to top it all off, just because I feel like you can't have a frittata without some type of cheese component, we're actually gonna add in some brie. I love brie in like omelets and frittatas, and this is actually a mushroom brie from Trader Joe's. It is so good. So what we're gonna do is I just kind of took the top rind off, and I'm just gonna dollop little bits of brie all along the top. And as this bakes in the oven, it's just gonna melt and ooze, and you're just gonna have all these really yummy pockets of it all over, and it is so delicious. We have our frittata in the oven, and while that's going, we're gonna get started on the second part of this Thanksgiving Day brunch, and that is our eggs Benedict. Now, I don't know what Thanksgiving brunch doesn't have. First, Bottomless Mimosas, and second, eggs Benedict. So this one in particular, we're gonna do a little bit of a Thanksgiving twist on, and we're actually, instead of using like a base, like an English muffin or even a crab cake, I see it oftentimes, we're actually gonna use some leftover stuffing, and we're gonna make little stuffing cakes out of that, and that's gonna be our base. And then if you're doing this after Thanksgiving, you can use leftover turkey, leftover ham. I just have here some thick sliced roasted ham that I'm gonna put on top, and it's gonna be so delicious. So while the ham fries up, we're gonna get started on our stuffing cakes. These are so good. So this is just some leftover stuffing. You can use like cornbread dressing if you wanted to. This is just like bread stuffing. And what we're gonna do to make it more of like a cake mixture is we're gonna add in about like 2 eggs. I'm gonna add in 1 and kind of see how combined everything looks, and if it needs another, then I'll add another. So we'll just mix this in. And if you feel like your mixture is too loose or too wet, you can also even add in some breadcrumbs as well. Just whatever you find will help kind of hold it all together. Oh my gosh. Y'all, would you look at that frittata? It smells so good. Oh, all that butter, bubbliness. Okay, so our frittata's done. We're gonna leave that out for a little bit and let it cool. And now, while we finish getting the last part of this Thanksgiving brunch together, I went ahead and turned the oven off, but it's still nice and warm in here. So what I'm gonna do is I have my stuffing patties already made. I put the ham back on top. So we're just gonna pop this into the oven since it's still nice and warm, just to keep this warm until we're ready to serve it up. All right, we are in the home stretch of finishing off this Thanksgiving brunch, and now we gotta have something a little sweet. So what we're gonna make is cinnamon roll waffles that we're actually gonna add in some pumpkin pie filling to, just to give them that Thanksgiving fall element. You don't have to add the pumpkin puree mix to it if you don't want to, but I really like it. It's subtle, it's not overpowering, and I think it pairs really well with the cinnamon roll. So what I have here is actually just some canned pumpkin pie mix. So you can get pumpkin puree if you want to. Then I just have here is some cinnamon rolls. So what we're gonna do to incorporate the pumpkin into this is we're gonna take a cinnamon roll and you're just gonna unroll it like so. And then what you're gonna do is you're gonna take about a teaspoon or so of the pumpkin pie mixture, and you're just gonna kinda run it and dot it along the length of the cinnamon roll. And then you just roll it back up. And it's as simple as that. And you may have some of the pumpkin pie filling kind of oozing out. That's not a problem. The messier, the better. All right, so we got that all nice and rolled back up. So what we have here is just this cute little mini waffle maker that I've already sprayed with some cooking spray. And these take about 4 minutes or so. right, y'all, so we've done it. We've got our Thanksgiving brunch put together. It was super simple and easy. The frittata smells amazing. We went ahead and topped our ham Benedicts with some nice poached eggs. You can top it with fried eggs if you want to. And what I have here is just an assortment of different types of sauces. You can use the traditional hollandaise sauce if you want. If you have leftover turkey gravy, that's always a great option too. Or if you want a little sweet and savory mixture, you can top it with some leftover cranberry sauce if you have some. All of them are great options. And then over here, these waffles smell so good. They are so crispy and sweet, and we just top them with the regular icing that comes in the cinnamon roll pack. So as you can tell, all of this is super simple to put together, whether you're doing it before Thanksgiving for a fun Friendsgiving brunch, or if you're doing it after Thanksgiving, using all of your leftovers and kind of repurposing them so that you can enjoy them in different ways. No matter which way you do it, it is delicious and amazing. And I hope y'all enjoy it, and I hope y'all have a happy Thanksgiving.